Right then, let's talk about fighter jets. In one corner you have the American F-35 Lightning II. It's the heavyweight champion, the most expensive weapons project in history, dripping with stealth technology and a price tag that could buy a small country. It's the jet everyone talks about, the one with all the Hollywood-level hype. You'd think nothing could touch it. But then, in the other corner, you have this plucky little thing from Sweden, the Saab JS-39 Gripen. It's smaller, lighter, and frankly, it looks like it might get bullied on the playground. But hold on, because this is where the story gets brilliant. This little jet has been quietly turning up to military war games and completely humiliating the big boys. Imagine the scene, a big multinational exercise called Red Flag in Alaska. The Americans bring out their best kit, including the mighty F-16s, which are no slouches. The Swedes, acting as the enemy team, rock up with their Gripens. On the very first day, the Gripen scored 10 kills against the other jets without a single one of their own being shot down, 10-0. It wasn't a fluke. The Gripen pilots used their jets in a way nobody expected, turning the sky into their own personal hunting ground. This wasn't just a lucky punch. It was a tactical masterclass that left a lot of very experienced pilots scratching their heads and wondering what on earth had just happened. This isn't some one-off tall tale either. It keeps happening. In another exercise, a single Gripen pilot reportedly went up against 5 top-of-the-line F-16s in a close-quarters dogfight, and managed to down all 5 of them. Think about that for a moment. That's like a welterweight boxer stepping into the ring and knocking out 5 heavyweights in a row. Even against the super-advanced F-15C Eagle, a jet built to dominate the skies, the Gripen has scored victories. It's a pattern of performance that has sent shockwaves through the defense world, proving that in aerial combat, it's not always the biggest or most expensive toy that wins the day. So what we have here is a classic David and Goliath story, playing out at 50,000 feet. The F-35 is the undisputed Goliath, a technological titan built with a budget that boggles the mind. It's supposed to be invisible, untouchable, the final word in air power. And yet, the Gripen, the nimble David from the north, keeps finding the giant's weak spots. It's a story about brains over brawn, about clever strategy trumping brute force. It makes you wonder if spending all that money on one supposedly perfect jet is really the smartest move, especially when this Swedish upstart is proving to be a giant killer. So how does it do it? How does this smaller, less famous jet pull off these incredible victories? Well, it's not magic, it's just incredibly clever engineering and a brilliant philosophy. The Gripen's greatest weapon isn't a massive engine or a new type of missile, it's teamwork. The jet is designed from the ground up to share information. Imagine you're playing a video game with your mates and everyone can see what everyone else is seeing on one big shared map. That's what the Gripen does. Its advanced data link system allows a group of Gripens to connect their sensors together, creating a single detailed picture of the entire battlefield in real time. This turns a squadron of Gripens into something more than just a group of individual jets. They become a single, intelligent hunting pack. One Gripen might use its powerful radar to spot an enemy from a long way off, but instead of turning on its own radar and giving away its position, another Gripen, flying silently with its sensors off, can use that shared information to sneak in for the kill. This is how they stay hidden. While jets like the F-35 rely on expensive stealth materials to be invisible, the Gripen uses cunning tactics. It's like a pack of wolves coordinating an attack, rather than a single big bear charging in blindly. This mini AWACS capability, as some have called it, is a game changer. An AWACS is a huge, expensive aircraft, basically a flying command center with a giant radar dome on top. The Gripen essentially builds that function into the fighter jet itself. A few Gripens working together can manage the airspace, identify threats, and assign targets all by themselves, without needing a big, vulnerable support plane lumbering about nearby. This makes them incredibly flexible and resilient. They can pop up where they're least expected, get the job done, and disappear before the enemy even knows what hit them. It's a sneaky, efficient, and devastatingly effective way to fight. Furthermore, the Gripen is designed for the real world, not just a perfect air show. It can take off and land on short, makeshift runways, like a stretch of a normal road. It can be refueled and rearmed by a small ground crew in just a few minutes, meaning it can get back into the fight incredibly quickly. This operational agility is a massive advantage. While a more complex jet might be stuck at a large, pristine airbase, the Gripen can operate from anywhere, keeping the enemy guessing and maintaining a high tempo. It's this combination of smart teamwork, sneaky tactics, and rugged practicality that makes the Gripen far more dangerous than it looks. Now let's get to the bit that makes the accountants and politicians sit up and pay attention: the price. The F-35 program is, without exaggeration, the most expensive military project in human history. The total lifetime cost is projected to be over $1.7 trillion. That's a number so big it almost doesn't feel real. A single F-35B, the fancy vertical landing version, will set a country back about $109 million. Even the most basic F-35A model costs around $80 million, and that's before you factor in the astronomical cost of flying and maintaining it, which is where the real bills start to pile up. It's the supercar of the skies, with supercar running costs to match. In stark contrast, the Saab Gripen is the sensible, high-performance sports saloon. A brand new top-spec Gripen E costs around $85 million. Now, that's still a lot of money obviously, but it's in the same ballpark as the cheapest F-35, and significantly less than the more capable variants. But the sticker price is only half the story. The Gripen was designed from day one to be affordable to operate. Its flight hour cost is a fraction of the F-35S. This means a country can afford to actually fly their jets, train their pilots properly, and maintain a larger, more effective fleet for the same budget. It's no good having the world's most advanced jet if it's too expensive to ever leave the hangar. This enormous cost difference is making a lot of countries think twice. For years, buying the F-35 was seen as the only option for nations wanting a top-tier fighter. But as the bills for the F-35 keep rising and delays continue, the Gripen looks more and more attractive. It offers what many experts call 80% of the capability for 20% of the cost. For a country that needs a capable, modern air force but doesn't have an unlimited budget, the maths is compelling. It's the difference between buying one fantastically expensive and complicated watch or buying a whole box of superb, reliable ones for the same price. Because of this, we're seeing a shift in the geopolitical landscape. Key allies of the United States like Canada and Portugal are reportedly re-evaluating their plans to buy the F-35. They are looking at the Gripen not just as a cheaper option, but as a smarter one. It provides incredible performance without tying them to the political and financial baggage of the F-35 program. Buying the Gripen means a country gets a first-rate fighter jet that is easier to maintain, cheaper to fly, and free from the political strings that can sometimes come with American hardware. It's a pragmatic choice that is gaining a lot of traction around the world. So, what's under the bonnet of this remarkable machine? The Gripen's magic lies in its incredibly smart and integrated technology. While it doesn't have the all-over stealth coating of an F-35, it's packed with systems designed to give its pilots superhuman awareness. The heart of this is its Advanced Active Electronically Scanned Array, or AESA radar. Unlike older radars that physically move a dish around, an AESA radar can scan the sky electronically, allowing it to track multiple targets in different directions simultaneously, all while being very difficult for the enemy to detect or jam. It's like having 100 sharp eyes looking everywhere at once. But the cleverness doesn't stop there. The Gripen also has a sophisticated infrared search and track, or IRST system. This is a passive sensor, meaning it doesn't emit any signals. It simply looks for the heat signatures of other aircraft. This allows the Gripen to find and target an enemy, even a stealthy one like the F-35, without ever turning on its own radar and giving away its position. It can hunt in complete silence. Combined with its world-class electronic warfare suite, which can jam enemy radars and deflect incoming missiles, the Gripen becomes an incredibly slippery and dangerous opponent. The real genius, though, is how all these systems work together. The Gripen's cockpit is a masterpiece of information management. It uses artificial intelligence to sort through all the data coming from the radar, the IRST, the data link, and the EW systems, and then presents the most important information to the pilot in a simple, easy-to-understand way. This reduces the pilot's workload, allowing them to focus on making tactical decisions instead of being overwhelmed by data. In the chaos of aerial combat, having a clear head and perfect situational awareness is the ultimate advantage, and the Gripen is designed to deliver exactly that. In the end, the Gripen is making headlines because it represents a different and arguably smarter way of thinking about air power. It proves that you don't need the biggest budget or the most over-the-top technology to be the best. By focusing on smart design, advanced networking, operational efficiency, and pilot-centric systems, Saab has created a fighter that can consistently punch well above its weight. The Gripen is a testament to clever Swedish engineering, and it's forcing the rest of the world to reconsider what it truly means to be a dominant force in the skies of the 21st century. It's a proper little belter. Sweden's Saab JAS-39 Gripen has long been a symbol of the nation's independent and highly capable defense industry. This versatile, single-engine fighter jet was engineered for a specific purpose: to defend Swedish airspace with efficiency and resilience. Its ability to operate from short, makeshift runways like reinforced public roads made it a perfect fit for Sweden's unique defense doctrine. The Gripen is known for its relatively low operational costs and